Oh, you potatoed. You potatoed right as we went live.
Did my internet can't believe that Maxx Crosby trade is not happening.
Tom Grassi's internet denied. You're not getting. You should be traded, internet.
That's true. I wish I could trade this internet. But I guess but breaking news. The Maxx Crosby trade. The Baltimore Ravens have backed out because Maxx Crosby apparently failed his physical, which means that the Ravens are going to be getting their 2 first-round picks back. The Raiders are going to be keeping Maxx Crosby, at least for right this second, and I have no idea what the hell is happening.
Yeah, this is some of the wildest stuff I've seen in free agency. I've never seen a trade of this magnitude get rescinded less than 24 hours before it's supposed to be official.
Yep.
Cool.
But we're here. Baby, I don't know. We here.
We are steering.
We're going somewhere. I don't even know if we're going in the right direction. Welcome to an emergency version of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS, and this is not a joke. This is, if you have not, about 15 minutes ago, this news story broke that the Baltimore Ravens have backed out of the Maxx Crosby trade. I already saw there were some folks in the chat that were already confused. Let me explain what's going on here. First of all, as we were talking about on GPS on Monday, what has been happening is the tampering period. So technically, until I think it's 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, free agency has not officially started. So none of these trades could actually go through until the new NFL season starts, which is tomorrow afternoon. And so theoretically, you can have teams that can back out of these trades. And that is what has just happened as Maxx Crosby has failed his physical. And so because of that, those 2 first-round picks are going back to Baltimore. Maxx Crosby is going back to Las Vegas. And yeah, we are stuck here going, what the hell is happening? And I don't know. I truly do not know.
Yeah, so Diana Rossini is the one who reported that Crosby did not pass his physical, which we have to assume is related to his knee because he had surgery after the Raiders made him sit the final couple games. It did not seem like it was a significant. It didn't seem like it was a knee surgery that was going to be a problem for him to be starting this upcoming season. I'm assuming that the Ravens medical staff believe that this could be an issue for Crosby starting this upcoming season. And that's just me guessing based on what we know about Maxx Crosby. I think the weirdest shit is the Raiders posted a statement, just a prepared graphic that said the Baltimore Ravens have backed out of our trade agreement for Maxx Crosby. We will have no further comment at this time.
Because this is like one of the most... First of all, I've never experienced anything like this. Like this is like when the Chargers did that weird ass kick before halftime. Yeah. And we're all going, what is this rule that's going on here? And look, it's the AFC West. You're always a problem. Yeah, this is a head scratcher. And like you said, I think obviously the assumption is going to be his knee, which that opens up a whole different can of worms because if you recall, Maxx Crosby was pretty peeved at the end of last season when he was shut down and he wanted to play and he wanted to go out there. And they're like, no, we're going to shut him down. And he put out a video of him playing basketball, being like, look, I'm totally fine. Well, apparently everything is not fine because the Ravens have backed out because he failed that physical. So things are not great. And the crazier thing, and I'm going to be honest with you, I just don't know. We'll see if Maxx Crosby winds up eventually getting moved at a discounted price. But all of these contracts that are going to be kicking in tomorrow, The Raiders have been spending a lot of money. And as Bailey is talking about before, this is $30 million in cap space that now is going to be taken away from the Raiders because Crosby's going to be back on the team. And I don't know how that math is going to math. I
think they were still like 75 million under the cap after all of their moves, because they spent like $281 million out the gate. But that's not all money that's going to count this year. I think they still have the cap space wiggle room. I think.
I don't know.
That could change based on maybe how some of these contracts are structured.
The number one thing right now is the NFL Network's running with, are the Cowboys going to be back in it? Jerry Jones is just like, I'm still here.
Jerry Jones, I'll give you a 5th rounder for Maxx Crosby right now. And 1/10 of my 36th oil well. What do you say, Raiders?
Yeah, the one time I put out a Raiders-centric reaction video, and this is what happens. Yeah, this is bonkers. Like, I can't believe that this is happening. I thought that we were done for the night. It was a little bit of a slower day. You know, we saw some other folks, but this, we mentioned this on Monday, this being the biggest trade that was probably possible during this free agency period. And now... less than 48 hours later, a little bit, press 72, it's called off. Yeah, this is a crazy one.
When you see something like this happen, because we've grown accustomed to everything that happens during the tampering period, and this happened before the tampering period. This was last Friday. The way it's reported is they've agreed to terms, right? So we just assume it's always going to happen because 99% of the time it does happen. When it falls through, and a lot of the times it is a failed physical, you're usually talking about a team that's taking they're making a play for a guy who they plan on being their second string defensive tackle, or their depth at safety. It's never a guy that has commanded multiple first-round draft picks. So what the Raiders do after this is going to be fascinating, because they have to find a team that is willing to offer them something competitive. But I think this is going to drop what the Raiders can get for Maxx Crosby, right?
Yeah.
But then you're going to have to find a medical staff that looks at the same shit the Ravens medical staff looked at. And you don't want your doctors to be have a subjective opinion there. You want pretty like, this is the thing that's wrong, this is the timeline. But somebody's gonna be like, you know what? We think he'll be okay.
Well, that's the thing,
you need Dr. Nick to say, hey, he's good.
Yeah, Sean Payton's gonna pay for his return flight too.
Yeah, you better, Sean.
You have to imagine, too, to back out of a trade this monumental, there has to be something significantly wrong, right? Like, to give you enough concern for you to pull out of this trade 24 hours before it's about to become official. Yeah, that's a little terrifying. And yeah, I would have to imagine that his any value is going to take a free fall. I don't think you're coming anywhere near 2 first-round picks ever again. This is unprecedented. Yeah, good.
There. So the Raiders will actually, so they currently have 50 million in cap space. I was like, okay, does that count Maxx Crosby? And as of right now, it looks like they got him back in there to count as 30 mil on the cap. So,
and dude, so that was one of my big questions about what was going on with their cap space. But man, if you're the Ravens now, like, you lost Linderbaum. Now you don't have
problem.
Like, oh man. Because you're like, oh, I don't know about that offensive line. Now you don't know about that offensive line, and you just lost the premier pass rusher that you were supposed to get tomorrow. Good God, man.
Yeah, I mean, the Ravens lost a bunch of players.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they would have, if they were assuming they weren't going to have to account for Maxx Crosby's salary, I'm assuming they're going to sign a couple of those guys. Maybe not Linderbaum. Maybe they would decide, hey, we're not going to pay $27 million for a center at this moment in time because that is fucking crazy. The whole market's gonna get there eventually anyway. But I'll bring up all the guys they lost because I can't remember everyone off the top of my head. But this, I mean, maybe they should have done the physical sooner.
I mean,
maybe you want that physical done before the tampering period begins, or did they know this?
Here's Brandon
long to make the decision.
He's in Baltimore though. Like his story was him flying into Baltimore.
Yeah.
So he got into Baltimore, and then they're like, "All right, let's go do this physical." Oops.
Yeah, but so like, why did it take there's so many questions we're not going to have answers to right now.
No.
Why did it take them so long to determine that the physical was not worth the risk? Now, I guess they're like, you can guess here. Was there something else that the Ravens said, you know what? That's actually just too much to give up for Crosby. We'll use this failed physical as our out.
There's a leak in the roof when you're going to buy a new house, and you're just like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to buy the entire thing. And you're just like, no, it's a small drip. We can fix it. You're like, I don't know. I don't know if I want this one.
Was Maxx not compliant during his physical? Would he not turn his head and cough?
They're
like, turn your head and cough, Maxx. And he was like, fuck you. I'm Maxx Crosby.
As he's smoking a cigarette in the
get your hands off the balls
in the room. Yeah, I'm a little bit lost for words. We got over 12,000 people in here rocking. Hey, how you doing? The Maxx Crosby trade is off. This is different. And I feel like it's like you said, we're not going to have answers. The Raiders are like, we are not going to say another thing for a while. But yeah, this is shocking to say the least. And so the Ravens, as you're looking at that, they lost a ton of players, and now they're not getting Maxx Crosby. The Raiders get Maxx Crosby back, and I feel like it's this awkward, like, okay, cool. He's got to get back on a flight from Baltimore to go back to Las Vegas. And now you're just like, all right, I guess we try and find another suitor. Here's the question that I have for you, Brandon. Is there a point, because I think that there is, where if you're the Raiders, and let's just say, he's got to heal up and he'll eventually be okay, right? Like, let's just make that assumption that Maxx Crosby's going to play this season. Do the Raiders just keep him? And they go, hey, we just got a whole bunch of defensive players. Like, hey, we just got Linderbaum. Actually, our defense might be pretty damn good, you guys. Like,
yeah. I mean, if Crosby's willing to play there, I would say they should definitely consider that. Because I don't think they're going to get 2 first-rounders for him at this point. So they're not going to get that same draft haul back. And they'll have to put him through their own physical.
Yeah.
They'll have to go through a Las Vegas physical, which I think would require at least one test run on a stripper pole from what I know about Las Vegas.
So real quick. So it was because it was a torn meniscus surgery.
Yeah.
That he got at the end of January. And then he was like recovering. And I think he posted like a video about it, something like that. Yeah. Oh my God.
Was it fully torn? Was it a partially torn meniscus?
I'm reading right there. So
he was playing through that injury for 2/3 of the NFL season. Or at least half of it. I mean, I think half of the season he was playing on that injury.
It's a medical reason. So he suffered a knee injury last season, October 19th versus the Chiefs. He played it through the injury until the Raiders shut him down for the final 2 games of the regular season. On January 7th, he posted to repair his meniscus. You either make excuses or you make history. Great risk, great reward. We got work to do. And that was Crosby about his meniscus. So I don't know if it was...
Well, he did make history.
Oh, he made history, all right.
Freaking history. The biggest rescinded blockbuster trade we've ever seen. And this is who the Ravens already let go.
Yeah.
Linderbaum, Likely, Draymond Jones, Charlie Kolar. The punter got paid. Maybe you keep your safety, Alohi Gilman, who was pretty good in Baltimore after they traded for him last year. Like, yeah, that's tough for the Ravens. The Ravens look dumb right now. And not that they can't make up for Crosby, and it'll be nice that they get their first round draft pick back. But they look dumb because they agreed to this trade and then they proceeded as if it was going to continue. And then in the midnight hour decided no more Maxx Crosby.
She cried
that could
more.
Still happen. Crosby could still be a Bear. Ryan Poles is aggressive.
Don't do this to me. Like, now we're on Maxx Crosby watch again. But now, like, there's the extra layer because, okay, first off, there's no shot that they're getting 2 first-round picks anymore. Like, that deal is...
Are you going to even get a first-rounder for him?
That's so... If you're the Baltimore Ravens and you are willing to blow this trade up less than 24 hours away, there had to have been enough doubt to go, oh, okay, this could actually be pretty serious because it's March 10th. They're not playing football until September, right? Like we got some time here. We got like what, 6 months? So you would have to assume that he's not going to be fully recovered from his meniscus surgery that he had at the end of January. And so there has to be something in there to give them enough hesitation for them to blow all of this up and go, never mind, that every other team is going to be like, well, I don't know. I don't think they're getting 2 firsts, though. I don't know if they even get a first. I don't know. I have no idea.
I was trying to look up how long it takes to recover from meniscus surgery. And the first thing that was suggested to me was, how long does menopause last?
There you go. That's it.
But I brought it up.
Hold on. So Maxx Crosby was in the Ravens facility today, meeting with coaches and beginning the next step in his NFL journey. Instead, Crosby's a Raider again for now. Unclear where this goes from here. Like, nobody knows. No one has any idea what happens now. Like, it's just he's a Raider, right? Again, the things that we know, the Ravens are getting their picks back. He goes back to the Raiders. The Raiders are going to have some interesting cap stuff going on. The Ravens have no players after free agency. And now here we are.
Yeah. So, okay. So you're looking, let's say the worst case scenario for his meniscus surgery is 6 months. And I never got the impression that it was going to be a 6-month recovery. Do you think he was just walking around meeting the coaches and they're like, your limp looks weird, Max. Can somebody come take a second look at his fucking knee? Because I don't like the way he's walking.
He's just bleeding like
Your
out of
jump
his
shot is beautiful. Yeah.
There's like something's off with this guy. Did the Cowboys cancel the Gary deal? At this point, I think everybody cancels every trade that was there. And every single trade gets canceled, and we're starting over for that. There's no free agency this year.
Sorry. The biggest player who was traded is not being traded. We need to restart free agency. Roger Goodell holds an emergency press conference. He pulls out a giant button like on AGT. It's like the golden buzzer, but it's just the free agency reset. You get to do it once as a commissioner in your entire time as a commissioner. Everybody's work that went into the last couple of days, which was a lot, gone, erased. We start over. Who else would rescind their trade? And I swear, if the Ravens just go out and sign tattoo-less Maxx Crosby and bring in Trey Hendrickson, it's going to look very fishy. It's going to look very fishy, Tom.
Well, so because that's been another thing, too, because we've been waiting for Trey Hendrickson, and then it came out, it's like he's going to make a formal decision tomorrow, and like it's this whole big thing. But who knows? Maybe they do. They don't have to give up any draft picks for him. But this is from the organization who has never, ever given up a first-round pick for a player. And now they give up 2 to now, never mind, we want to keep our streak going.
We don't do that. We don't do that.
I don't want to do it no more.
We don't do that as an organization. They're like, we let Jesse Minter taint us immediately. This guy wants to go out and get Maxx Crosby. Why were we listening to our new coach?
Yeah. Man,
this is wild. This is what happens when you fire John Harbaugh. No stability. No stability.
No, I don't know where you go for. Like, these next few days are going to be wild because free agency starts tomorrow officially. It does. So if a trade goes through, then the trade goes through. But it'll be listen. They're gonna have to wait for a physical. Whoever winds up trading for him, if he still gets moved. But
do you think?
Yeah.
The real question, Tom, is: do you think Maxx Crosby goes live on his podcast tonight, like he did after he was traded? Do we get a Maxx Crosby podcast within 24 hours? Yay or nay?
If you're Maxx Crosby, the ad revenue alone from that, why not?
He's like, I don't even have to play football anymore.
No, I don't.
I'm Pat McAfee now.
That holy crap, man! Like I was eating dinner. I was upstairs, like, oh, okay, the day is done. Planning out the videos for tomorrow.
I didn't even finish my chili. I was eating this while I was making the thumbnail. Jesus. Let me enjoy my dinner, Max. Yeah. You ruined my Friday night, too. Raiders and Ravens. Friday night, I had to go live for your dumb trade. And now we're back. Tuesday night. A better night to ruin, but still.
I just don't know, man.
What do you think? What do you think Maxx Crosby has to do to convince his next team that his knee is good? I say he has to put out a video where he's demonstrating karate moves. He needs to be kicking through pieces of wood. He needs to show that he can dance. I need to see some dance moves, some ballet level dance move. He needs to perform a talent show for us.
Yeah.
With karate, ballet, and just some agility.
I'm reading more. ESPN put out a thing. Ravens officials have not responded for comment.
This is embarrassing, so we're not going to answer the phone.
Yeah, this is, oh boy. It's unclear whether a Crosby trade can be revived in some form, but this puts the Raiders in a difficult situation due to all the money they've already committed to outside free agents. I mean, man, oh man. So I think also, if I'm not going to lie, this makes Crosby look really bad. Like the whole don't shut me down. I'm playing basketball. And then it's enough of an issue for a team to say, never mind. Like there has to be something going on with that knee that is not good. That's not right.
Yeah. The worst part about all of this is it may have given Alex Guerrero some credibility, which that man did not need.
No. Oh man.
I think the Ravens need to post a tweet that just says, please respect us in our time of mourning.
Yeah, legitimately. This is, they got a poll here. In 1997, Baltimore backed out of a deal with Cowboys safety Brock Marion minutes before he was going to sign a contract because the team discovered a potential problem with his left shoulder. In 2018, they voided a 4-year contract with Ryan Grant after he had the physical over his ankle injury. That's it. They're just like, oh, Baltimore has done this before. I don't think this has not happened like this before. This is wild, man.
Yeah. This is the Michael Scott snip, snap meme for NFL trades.
Yes. I mean, if you're just tuning in, so Maxx Crosby, who's supposed to go and sign with the Ravens for 2 first-round picks in that trade, that's off. That's not happening anymore. He failed his physical. We don't know anything beyond that. We're assuming it's his knee. He just had meniscus surgery a couple months ago. And so now the Ravens get their 2 first-round picks back. The Raiders get Crosby back. And now I guess we're going to see if anybody else is going to try and trade for Maxx Crosby at probably a much lower value.
What does Maxx Crosby get back? That's what I want to know.
He got a nice free flight to Baltimore.
He did. He had
That's what he got.
He boosted the Baltimore economy ever so slightly.
Yeah.
I think if you're talking about where he could go, I think the better fit for him is the Chicago Bears. I think that would be fun.
Nope.
But where I want him to go is 100% to Dallas. To me, Jerry Jones getting Maxx Crosby. I just want the Jerry Jones, Maxx Crosby press conference. I want Scooter to have Maxx Crosby with this little bit of weird injury uncertainty. There's just so much there if he goes to the Cowboys. And I want the Cowboys to rescind their trade too. Can you just back out of a trade, or do you actually need a reason?
I would assume you actually need a reason, like a failed
just be able to back out of it. I want to see somebody else back out of their trade tonight.
Hold on. If Rashawn Gary has to delete his goodbye post on Instagram for a second time now.
Instagram just deletes his account. They're like, no, This is too much tomfoolery, Gary. Make up your mind, Gary.
Everyone just cancels their trades now, dude. I have no idea. This doesn't happen. So I mean, again, I am assuming that he is going to eventually get moved. I don't see how he doesn't, unless they're just like, all right, cool, we're gonna rock with him now. But yeah, I imagine now you're gonna have other teams calling for a discounted rate, going, all right, what's the price now for Maxx Crosby? Oh man, oh man, oh man. The Bengals sign Maxx Crosby after all that.
Oh, that would be nice.
Oh man, oh man. Yeah, Joe Burrow, you're safe now. You just have to deal with TJ Watt and Myles Garrett. That's it. No Maxx Crosby. Dude, I'm sorry. If you're the Ravens too, this blows. What a horrible free agency period for the Ravens. Because like you lose all these guys. All right, I'm worried about their offensive line, but at least you got Maxx Crosby. Now you still just lost all those guys and you don't have Maxx Crosby. That's a tough one.
Yeah. Johnny Barks texted us saying this is the anti-Elvis Doomerville move, which is really funny. the fax machine snafu.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we got Johnny and Connor talking shit to each other about
Maxx Crosby. Yeah, that would happen. Jerry Jones now offers 3 first-round picks. He's like, we got to get him while the going's good.
You're right. How did I miss that?
Oh, my God. That's incredible.
Okay. I got more draft picks I can give you.
I don't know, man. I mean, we're gonna have to find out, I guess, in these next few days. I will say, this made free agency a whole lot more interesting, because after the craziness that was Monday, it was like, okay, now we'll see what Tuesday was pretty slow, right? Compared to what we saw yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, we're right back in it.
Yeah. It's one of the wildest things you'll see.
I just don't know what he goes for now, because now the physical that he's going to have to go through, like, I am very curious what the hell Baltimore saw. Like, until we get some kind of comment from the Ravens, like, we just don't know. So he failed his physical. We don't have any other information besides that, but it had to have been at least, I'm going to make a healthy assumption here. It had to be at pretty damn severe for them to back out of this trade. And so now where does that leave Maxx Crosby? Oh, man. Well, on the Raiders is where he is.
I like to, because I'm reading like what people are reporting. As Michael Silver said, one high-ranking executive from a team said, I don't know what they do now. I don't know how they walk it back. Presumably another team could assess Crosby's knee and decide the risk is palatable. They won't get 2 firsts, though. So it just proves we're as smart as NFL execs at this point.
No, because nobody knows. No one thought that this was going to happen. Like, it was like, okay, cool. We're going to see him in the press conference and in a Ravens jersey, the whole 9 yards. So that's what it is. So 2026, the Raiders are going to be okay, but 2027, they're going to get screwed cap-wise. Because, dude, they gave out some beefy contracts. Yes, they did. So I'm imagining he's going to get moved. But is he going to even fetch a first-round pick? It depends on how bad his knee is.
I think the Raiders should trade their first-round pick at this point. It's like, and this is really fitting, because as soon as it looked like the Raiders were starting to make like grown-up moves, smart moves, that just blows up in their face. I can see this happening to the Raiders, the Jets, and the Browns.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Raiders 2027 cap, and they're still under at that point. I think
it'll affect interest 100%, because now he's going to have to go through the medical ringer, because no one is going to believe that if you are any other team that is looking for Maxx Crosby, you're also, man, that exam is going to be the most comprehensive. They're going to check if he has lice. They're going to run an STI check. Like, they are going ingrown toenail, anything they can to try and like take off some money and be like, okay, you know what? Maybe we give you like a 4th round pick here. Yeah.
But you know what? Excess eczema.
Yep.
Trade denied.
Yep. So he talked to 2 GMs. They don't buy the idea that the Ravens failed him. The Raiders are upset too. That's another thing too. That's
what I'm saying. I was like, was there another, like, the Ravens get cold feet and are just using this? to back out of it? If that is the case, and again, we don't know, but if that's the case, what that actually means is that Maxx Crosby's trade value will still be strong enough that another team will take it. Now, with how does it work? Can he even go and get medically examined by other teams before a trade is agreed upon?
So that's usually what happens, though. It's usually the trade is agreed upon, like
and they get the physical
based on a past physical. Because we've seen, like you said, we've seen this in the NFL in terms of guys going in and they just fail a physical. And so it's like, oh, this person's going to sign for 1 year, $10 million. And then they don't wind up signing because they fail a physical.
Yeah.
So they have to pass one because they ain't going to sign him without it, especially now. They're trying to put him back. Yeah.
This is fun.
This is different. This is
we have
very,
opened
very
the
different.
Pandora's box of trades.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm so curious from the Ravens' perspective of what the hell happened. And again, I imagine we're going to learn stuff as more time passes within the next couple of days, but holy crap. Not like this. Nothing has ever happened like this before and this magnitude. For this kind of player, for this kind of compensation, I don't remember anything like this happening. Yeah, I don't know, man. I have no idea. But Maxx Crosby, according to the Ravens, failed a physical. And,
I wonder if that's
happening.
I'm guessing this is going to change when a bunch of that stuff becomes official. So I don't even think I can properly look at 2027 here. I don't know.
That's tough, man. Yeah, this is a rough year for the Ravens. This is a rough year. This is a rough offseason. But holy crap. Yeah, good.
I mean, at this point, like, I feel like the Ravens are going to fail Lamar Jackson at a physical and just be like, sorry, can't pay you either.
No, again, like they talk about
Derrick
the Ravens
Henry
like
failed
negating contracts because of injury before, but not like this, man. This is
Jesse Minter failed
largest
physical.
trade that's going to happen most likely in this entire offseason. I mean, I'm going to be very honest with you. Besides the cap space, them being screwed for future years, I mean, the Ravens have made some really good. The Raiders have made some really good moves in free agency. If I'm running it back with Maxx Crosby, and I'm like, you know what, we could get a wild card berth this year. But Jamar Chase, he's going to be gaming tonight. Yeah.
Give us the reaction we crave, Lamar.
Oh my
God, Jamar.
Man.
Give us the reaction we crave.
Yeah, I mean, that is the part. If it's a failed physical, then all of this gets pushed on the Raiders and Maxx Crosby and an effort to try and move him, but there's no way that they're going to get the same compensation. If this is the Ravens just using this as an excuse to back out, I don't know what happens. I have no clue where it goes because I don't know how you prove that. Like, I don't know what the consequences of that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, the Raiders in their little statement, they seemed pretty upset. That seemed like they're not too happy.
You remember when Bill Belichick had to like answer questions about Deflategate, and he was talking about PSI and air temperature and all this stuff? I want the Ravens to do the same. I want them to hold a press conference. I want them to bring out a doctor. I want them to be showing MRI scans. Definitely, I want them to violate a lot of HIPAA guidelines. I want them showing MRIs. I want them pointing out the surgically repaired meniscus, why they believe it's not on the appropriate timeline for him to start, why they believe a second surgery is required. I want boring, incredibly detailed medical analysis of his knee.
Let's get the cast from The Pit to come in and explain like what's going on, right? Well, I think that will just work.
And
out.
I want Doogie Howser. I want his role reprised just for this moment so we can get his opinion. I want RFK in there too, if I'm being honest. I want RFK talking about Crosby's knee.
Might not know what a meniscus is, but we'll get there.
I think you
no
could have
trade
some
backs over
beef
Sean
tallow
Gary.
on
Yeah,
it.
you can't do that. I want your
If he
fourth round
rubs
pick,
some
please.
beef tallow on his knee, he'll be back out there.
This is wild, my friend. This is wild. This is crazy stuff. Seahawks got two for. Well, again, I will say, if this is like because we don't know, if this is the Ravens just trying to find a reason to back out of this is going to open the door for other teams. Again, I still don't think your 2 first-round picks are going to be there. But yeah, if there's another team that wants Maxx Crosby real bad, I don't know.
I'm thinking just about all the videos and things that have been posted about this trade that are now just so wrong.
I posted a video on Sunday. I posted a whole Raiders video today.
Everything we did is fucking dead now. Thanks a lot, Baltimore.
I'm not deleting anything. I'm just going to put out more. I got to put out a whole video. King Andrew's here. LeBron to the Ravens.
There we go, King Andrew. I think the Ravens actually shouldn't be allowed to play a football season this year. In their place, every Sunday, we just get 3 episodes of The Wire for Baltimore. I think that should be their punishment.
If Crosby is legitimately hurt and like there is other things wrong, but he can still eventually play, dude, then it's just whatever the market dictates for him. Right? If he's hurt, which again, that's not going to be good. Then it's whatever a team is willing to trade for him. Because the Raiders are going to be in a weird spot because they're going to have to do some cap maneuvers because they assume that 30 mil was going to be off the books. I don't know. So yeah, so it's his old contract. Everything goes back to the way it was. That's it. Except the Raiders, you're going to see on the transaction sheet a crap ton of acquisitions tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What do you think is more likely to happen? Maxx Crosby gets traded with compensation close to this, or we see Christian Wilkins play football again. The great mysteries of the Raiders' defensive front that we'll never get answers to.
Apparently, there's a bunch of GMs that are going, what the hell is going on? Yeah. Oh, man. The explanation from the Ravens is going to be something. It's going to be something. Good. And again, I don't know. I don't know if this is them getting cold feet. I don't know if they actually found. I have no idea. And we're not going to know. That's what kind of throws this all up in the air.
Yeah.
Hey, happy birthday, Ronte.
Yeah, happy birthday. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it'll be curious to see how the Raiders move forward. It'll be curious to hear the Ravens' reasoning and to see if another team is going to try and make a move for Crosby. Those are like the 3 big questions we're going to have. And I don't know how quick, like if another team is going to trade for Crosby, I don't know how quickly that's going to happen. But because he has such a large salary, that's a decision you kind of need to make soon. And because of the draft capital.
Dude, again, if he's hurt, the Raiders are in a bad spot with him. Like, and just trying to move off from him.
I mean, like at that point, it's a conversation between Max and the Raiders where like it's the only way they can save this is if like Crosby agrees to some sort of contract restructuring to help free up the cap space, you know, that they're going to eat by having to take him back. I don't know if he's going to want or be willing to do that, but like those are the ways, if you're the Raiders, you try to mitigate it. If you're like, we want to keep you and we want to keep all these guys we said are going to come in and play for us. We wanted to keep you the whole time, but you wanted, you know, a new chance. We granted that. And if I'm the Raiders, I play like the spiritual card. I play the God card. I'd be like, God works in mysterious ways, Max, and he's bringing you back to Vegas. God brings everybody back to Vegas at some point, Max.
They get Josh Brolin out there to
do it for God.
Just like, look who
do it for God, Max.
Yes, Dream. They still could be shopped around, all that stuff. But again, if now it's all about the physical, because here's where it's going to get real interesting. let's just say it's the Cowboys, right? The Cowboy, Jerry Jones picks up the phone and goes, I want Maxx Crosby. Baltimore is not that far. Come on over. If the Cowboys or whatever team does a physical and they don't come to the same conclusion that the Ravens did.
Yeah. Woo! I want Jerry Jones in the room for the entire physical too. All right, Max, I'm going to be right here watching the whole time. Don't mind me, Max. You get naked, you get comfortable. Just pretend like I'm a fly on the wall, Max. Come on, take those pants off, Max. He's got to look. We got to look at you, Max.
Why do you always make it about looking at their wieners?
That's what they want to do, Tom.
Oh, my God.
Especially on Jerry Jones.
It's insane.
Now, Max, how familiar are you with glory holes?
Well, that's
done through a glory hole here, Max. And guess what? You never fail a glory hole physical. No. Everybody's a winner on a glory hole physical.
The new season hasn't even started yet. It's tomorrow.
Everything I just said isn't as weird as this trade falling through.
That's fair. That's fair. Because that's just that's a day and that ends in a Y. But yeah, I don't know. Grossies and GPS Grossi are different. They're completely different people. Those are the clones. Then that's the original one. Yeah, Baltimore kept their receipts. They had to staple it together and go.
It's just a CVS receipt that's like 2 miles long.
Do they keep their extra care points? I don't know. Oh my God, man. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they might go get Trey. I mean, they're gonna have to go get something. The Ravens have to get something now because their fan base has to be livid.
Yeah. The Ravens, they're like, they made a big purchase, and as soon as that money's refunded to their account, they're just going to try and make another big purchase.
Yep. If the Packers take them from the Bears, we cleared up all $31 million in cap space. So, Micah Parsons. Yeah, I don't know. Trey Hendrickson is probably the most pissed off human being in the world because he's like, okay, I'm going to make my decision tomorrow where I'm going to go. Nope, Maxx Crosby's still available. And I don't know.
Trey, go play for a good team.
The Ravens they're never trading again. Ever. No. I don't know, dude.
I feel like Rashawn Gary is going to end up in Las Vegas.
It's a 3-way.
Nobody's talking about that. Rashawn Gary is going to end up in Vegas.
I thought that the Geno Smith to the Jets trade was going to be the craziest news of the day.
So did I. 100%.
Nope.
I went live for that. Now I feel silly.
He wouldn't clear waivers. There's no way he would clear waivers. There's no shot that Maxx Crosby would clear it. He gets scooped up because some team would take a risk on him.
Yeah, you're going to take a chance on Crosby and giving his knee a little extra time to heal.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
they have to claim a degenerative issue in his knee that they found, right? That's kind of what they got to do.
He just got surgery at the end of January, man. Like, he obviously wasn't going to be ready, but like something, unless the doctor left a scalpel in there. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think the Ravens are renegotiating. You think the Raiders are going to pick up the phone if the Ravens go, hey, so I know that was a little awkward, but what about like 1 first-round pick and that's it? No, I don't think they're going to renegotiate. I don't think they're ever going to talk to Baltimore ever again.
I feel like Tom Brady's going to make Maxx Crosby play in his flag football game in a couple weeks.
They might.
We're going to keep you, Max, but you got to play in my flag football game.
I don't know, man. I don't know. What a wild end to the evening. I'm going to have to, yeah. There's going to be videos that are going to have to come out for this. Hendrickson makes sense for the Ravens. They don't have to give up anything. Yeah, Sean Payton, I'm curious which reporter he's texting now. Or calling.
I'm so pissed he's back in the division.
I don't know. This is, unprecedented would be the word. Yep. Yeah, Dr. Joe Burrow. Oh, Bo Juro, who was just like, no, can't get him. Can't get him.
You were all making fun of me. I'm the one who took him down.
Oh man, oh man. Oh yeah, no, if the Cowboys actually get Maxx Crosby, it will be the most entertaining. But oh my, what a crap show, man. What a freaking crap show. Holy crap.
Yeah,
I don't know,
Seattle
buddy.
that would be a very all-in move for the Seahawks. I don't think they're going to do something.
I don't
like
think
that.
they need to. I know they've lost some folks, but sure. I don't know. Man. Ravens got called again. If it comes out that it's the Ravens just looking for an excuse, that's going to be ugly. Like it's just going to be that's a lot to sift through.
Yeah, that's a tough week for the Ravens in their first free agency period without John Harbaugh. You got a new head coach. You kept your GM, right? You got DaCosta, and then you've got this giant, weird gaff. Hell yeah. I'm a Chiefs fan, but I wanted to give a little love to my favorite Chiefs hater. Brandon, what do you think about the Chiefs getting Kenneth Walker? Sorry, I know you're here to talk about Crosby.
Johnny John John!
I think it's solid. I think it's a very solid move for Kansas City.
I like this for Kansas City. Yeah.
I think he's a good fit in Kansas City. I know I like it for you Chiefs fans by how much I hate it.
Okay. And I quote, one GM summarized the feelings around the league. This is very much bullshit on Baltimore's part.
Ooh, we got some drama. This is the most drama-riddled thing the NFL could have given us.
Wow.
This should just be playing out on TMZ. This has no home on real sports networks.
Yeah, I don't know. Because again, if this is the Ravens just backing out, it's going to get ugly, man. It's going to get real. I mean, that would be the best case scenario for the Raiders, right? If this is just the Ravens getting cold feet and saying nay, then as you mentioned, like they could still get a good amount of value for him and like close to what they got from the Ravens. But holy crap, man. Yeah. I don't know. We're unfortunately, this is not the fun answer, but we're just going to have to wait and see. So yeah, that's just,
they're saying like the Raiders are in a difficult position, difficult situation. Come on, guys. The Raiders have been in a difficult situation for 20 freaking years.
It's true.
They can handle this one. Handle this one.
Yeah. I mean, well, he goes back on the books. Like, it's just, I don't know. You got Tanya Harding back there. I don't know who you got back there. This is pretty nuts. But yeah, they're just saying other NFL GMs had a lot of questions after the Ravens backed out.
Pelissero is saying that the Cowboys would still be interested in a potential trade for Maxx Crosby.
No, because see, could the Raiders get in trouble for wrong disclosure? No, the Raiders did everything right. Because Crosby was so pissed at the end of last season that they shut him down. You only remember he did not want to get shut down. He's posting videos. He's like, my knee is fine. I'm playing basketball. The Raiders did their due diligence in shutting him down early, and yet still, I mean, and I don't know if it's going to be a faked, like that, I have a tough time saying. I don't think it's going to be a faked failed physical, but oh, man. Holy crap. I don't know. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like Crosby was, so it's one of two ways. Crosby's playing basketball, and it looks
Is this guy real? Did this guy shave his head because of the Maxx Crosby trade?
Oh, no.
Oh, he lost all his hair.
Oh, no.
He lost all his hair for Crosby.
Oh, no.
Crosby's got to send that man his own hair. And I want to see Maxx Crosby's hair placed right on his head.
Yep. Well, put him back in the box. Put him back for the 31st. I mean, again, it just depends. It depends on if this failed physical is legit. I don't know, man. But hey, Maxx Crosby back on the Raiders. Browns fans, please me. Boop, boop.
Johnny John John!
Appreciate you, Twitch. I don't know. Yeah, as of right now, he's back on the Raiders. Again, the Ravens, they got their 2 first-round picks back. The Raiders, they got Maxx Crosby back. Yeah. Didn't go through. The wire didn't go through. But hey, free agency starts tomorrow.
Oh, shit. Yeah. And Patrick Ricard signed with the Giants as well. So the Ravens don't even have their fullback anymore.
Dude, they don't have any. Like, it's been rough. So that's what, Art Potter, I don't know how much they can put out because of HIPAA and everything. I don't know if they can put out a comp. I don't know. Don't know. Yeah, it could be cold feet. I mean, again, there seems to be some GMs around the league that are saying this is BS, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's like if you're talking about players, I'm not worried about Maxx Crosby doing like everything he can to get back on the field to be ready to play. Like, there might be some guys who would have an injury and you're worried about how they're going to approach their rehab process. We just watched that happen with the 49ers and Brandon Ayuk, right? Where he just straight up ignored their plan for rehabbing his knee injury. Like, I'm trying to think of any like legit reason why you'd be overly concerned. And unless they give us something very specific, we're just going to be guessing. We're probably never going to get a clear answer here from the Ravens, but like, I would bet on Crosby wherever he lands.
I agree.
Being on the field week 1. And when he is, this story is going to come up again, and the Ravens are going to go through the ringer. And at some point, if he's on the field week 1 and for his new team, and let's say he plays in every game next season, I think at some point the NFL is going to announce they're investigating the situation. They are investigating the Ravens practices for evaluating player physicals or some shit. That's just a guess. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. Go fast. This is wild. This is wild. The Orioles do it constantly. They just learn from them, and they're like, why not? We can do that.
Yeah, and at this moment, the Commanders have 75 million cap space. The Chargers have 64 million. The Titans have 49 million. And then the Seahawks do have 45 million. So you're looking at teams that can possibly afford him.
That's true.
The Jets have 41 million.
God, if he goes to the Jets after all this, I'm so sorry.
He gets to go play with Geno Smith again.
Geno Smith and the Jets.
Dude, and the Jets have 2 first-round draft picks right now, Tom.
Oh, man.
They got number 16 from Indy and number 2.
That's tough. Yeah. No. Yeah, this is breaking news, man. This is it.
How many picks do the Commanders have? Commanders, they only have 6 draft picks. They probably can't afford to trade for him. Tennessee's got a lot of draft capital, but they're not going to give up number 4 overall. Could give them pick 35. Start there.
But man, I mean, again, worst case, again, they'd have to do some restructuring to make it work for the cap. I mean, Crosby on that defense, like the Raiders defense could be really good. I think ultimately the team that's like legitimately screwed is the Ravens. Yeah. You know, they backed out of this, but they lost so many folks like Linderbaum. Like they can't keep that. All it's not good. It's not good. It's true. That's true. I don't know, man. I have no idea. No, yeah. So Emily, that's the thing too. Yeah, he could pass a physical, but again, I'm just what I know. He just had surgery at the end of January. I have to imagine he's not running the 40, right? Like I have to imagine he's not doing.
And if he is, he's running it pretty slow.
Pretty slow. So I don't. But that's the assumption.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think he'll pass a physical.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, if this turns out that it is like a degenerative thing, like his knee's really messed up, then this is a whole different can of worms. And the Ravens, it's gonna be like, oh man, we dodged a bullet. But
yeah, you'd be like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of this scar tissue here. There's this. Like, we were comfortable with the surgery, but some of the things leading that we see in the bones and the ligaments around here, that we believe there's a significant chance for more injury.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's only 28 or 29.
If the Raiders keep Crosby, how much better are they? Dude, I think they're super. I think that defense is a lot more competitive than it was last year. And they got Linderbaum.
If they're able to figure out his contract and keep him, you're starting to say the Raiders won free agency.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. He's staying right now. I don't know. Hey, the rest of the AFC North, I imagine, is pretty damn happy. I'm trying to see if there's any other updates. I don't think that there is. I think we're not going to find out any information for a bit.
No, I think
it's going to be a while.
We've peaked on what they're giving us.
Except Tommy Townsend is now, he's signing a 2-year deal with the Titans. So that's what we have. So no, I don't think it's that silver. Because there's no reason for him to restructure his contract, because Crosby's contract wasn't that bad, because he got signed a couple years back, right? Yeah. And so there's been a lot of edge rushers who have been paid a lot more money than him. So I don't think that's it at all. Exactly. Pelissero just saying it's a whole bunch of BS. I don't know. But we'll see, man. We'll see. We will see.
Yeah, Crosby's cap hits are $35 million this year, $29 million next year, with an out year in 2028.
It's not bad.
No, it's actually very good for a player of his caliber at that position.
No, yeah, they wouldn't restructure his deal. There you go, Bills. Go make it happen. This is nuts. Yeah, Perna, what do you got coming out, buddy?
I'll have probably a Maxx Crosby video, I'm assuming. Not tonight. I'll get that shit up tomorrow.
Camping. Well, that's the thing, man. If this turns out to actually be a bunch of BS on Baltimore's behalf, it's not going to be good.
Oh, it's going to be so funny if they did do this.
Good.
I hope they are just getting out of the deal.
I don't know. Like that might have to be like a Roger Goodell gets involved. Like if he comes back and the Raiders are like, we're gonna screw HIPAA, we're gonna publish all of this stuff, he's fine. I don't know. I don't think he failed it on purpose. I don't think he did.
Yeah, the Raiders gonna do an immediate physical.
Tom Pelissero.
Because could the Raiders fail him for a physical to get out of his contract? What if the Raiders fail him
for him?
Like, actually, the Ravens were right. Sorry, Max.
Yeah. That's tough, man. That's tough. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put out a reaction video to this tonight. I'll probably put out another video about it tomorrow. We're still doing GPS tomorrow, right? We still have to talk about all the other stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about this again.
Yeah. There you go. You can volunteer any info to manage HIPAA. Okay. There you go. Maxx Crosby dunks on one of like those plastic kids hoops. He's like, I'm fine. See?
I'm gonna start something here. Release the Crosby files. Release the Crosby files.
We'll get those before the Epstein ones.
That's right.
Oh, man. Yeah, the Ravens are going to be on the phone nonstop during the draft, and no one's going to pick it up.
The Ravens just get blackballed by everyone.
You're going to love Romeo Doubs. Good, strong hands. He's a good dude. I love me some Romeo Doubs. Don't put him on the onside kick returns, but I think he'll be okay. He'll be all right. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I fail physicals every year. Dude, I just... Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Micah come off of surgery. I mean, again, it's just... I don't know. I would like him to stay on the team. If they can make it work, I would really like to see him stay on the Raiders. Because I think that would make the Raiders defense really damn good. I don't know. We're in uncharted territory, folks. So
yeah, so this is what Florio's saying here. Every trade contingent on a physical, but the Raiders didn't say Crosby failed his physical. The Raiders said the Ravens backed out of the trade. This feels bigger than a failed physical.
Yep.
So interesting.
Rogers.
Nice.
Dr. Rogers.
Nice observation. Look, I put it out there. We're going to make it a thing.
I don't know, man. I don't know. All right. Well, we'll see. I would not be surprised if he gets Hendrickson. Yeah, the one time. Exactly. The Raiders finally get a vid. They finally do. I don't know. All right. I'm going to go make a video. We'll be back for GPS tomorrow. We'll see what the hell is going on here. Appreciate you tuning in, folks. This is insanity. So,
I'm Sean T. That's Tom Grassi. You just watched Insanity.
NP90X. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys.
This is